Hello and welcome back to Dabnica. So I'm pretty much carrying on exactly where I left on my last episode, and the reason for that is there's no point in advancing any more time until we start doing this mowing and making some silage for the pit again. So I'm going to crack on with that. I have removed the maintenance mod, and the reason is I'm removing it from all my series just because of the fact that I'm having issues with it. Since the update as well, it's dropped all the maintenance down on all my vehicles. So this one, for example, it's got no maintenance now, and it's just because of the maintenance mod. So yeah. So we won't need to worry about that, but it won't make too much of a difference anyway. It was a good idea. I think I've mentioned this before, but it's just not worked out the way I would have hoped it had. So hey ho. So we're going to have to pretty much get this tractor repaired at some point. We really are. But right now, let's focus on doing some grass silage. I have got quite a good sized field here, but the problem is with it not having any fertiliser or anything like that, it usually doesn't yield off the biggest amount, but it's enough for us to throw some in the pit. We're obviously going to need it anyway for the silage for the cows, but not much, only a little bit. But then after that, we are going to pretty much sell it all, so we can generate a bit of money to get the harvester that we need. Now I'm still a bit unsure what kind of harvester I'm going to get. Can I just drag all that grass with me? Yeah, I'm still a bit unsure what kind of harvester I'm going to get. I am going to try and get something pretty good, but obviously it just depends how much we get, how much money we generate. If we generate enough, then we can get one with a reasonable size head. There is some good mods out there that yeah, they're not as costly as you'd probably think, but they still aren't dead cheap. So we're at 5,800 at the moment. It does go up slowly though over time with us having these investments now on the farm, but it's probably not enough to get a harvester by the time the soybeans are ready. And we are flying through the year because I am running ×3 just because I wanted to progress as you know, reasonably as possible. Don't want to go too crazy. We want to still get quite a lot done and not miss things and not like cut corners or anything like that. I'm not intending on doing that. I just don't want to be sitting around waiting and just skipping days. I'd rather be productive with the time. So I think ×3 is suiting us right now on this. But this is going to be a pretty easy job really. The loading wagon that I will pick up the grass with has actually got a pretty good capacity, and the windrows are a good size as well. So probably the biggest job to do is going to be the mowing that I'm doing right now. So what I'll probably do is go maybe around 3 to 4 times with the mower, and then I'll actually start going up and down then doing the rows before we obviously windrow it. I think it only takes 1 day as well to ferment, if I remember rightly. And by that time the cows will still have some of the bale I did buy, which is actually whole crop. I would like to get some more cows, but I think I can't really do anything like that until we've sorted out maybe the soybeans. When we sell that'll give us a bit of money, and then we're going to have to pretty much look at what we're going to get. I mean, as soon as we can get some straw as well and start feeding the cows a bit of straw, we can get a bit of manure, and then we can get a small cheap water tanker, a really cheap one, and we can actually get them trees. Now them trees are going to be good. They are going to generate us a good amount of money, so that should be something that we definitely prioritise. They're not expensive as well, but if you give them the water and you keep giving them some manure, then they'll definitely give you a nice amount of cash back. And I think then that would be enough to keep us going for a bit. Maybe do another field of soybeans. I'm just trying to think bigger term plans. Probably obviously want to get some more cows. Nice to have an equipment shed, somewhere just to store some of the tractors, maybe some of the equipment, definitely. I think that would be good. I'd even like to plough these grass fields as well, so we can actually get some fur on the ground and maybe make a little bit more money. But that's all long-term plans. Right now we're pretty much just working with what we've got, but I do have to say, I am enjoying this series. It's turned out to be a good challenge. Started off tough when it was just a lot of firewood, but without the firewood I wouldn't be where I am now. And technically all I'm doing is using an area that's not actually meant to be farmed on, really. And eventually I can hopefully expand out to the fields to the side of me there, and also to that field there as well, and I have all my equipment in the middle here. I mean, even these grass fields that I'm mowing now, they technically aren't real grass fields, they're not proper grass fields. We could always use this land as well for equipment, and then maybe look around the map for something more suited as a grass field, a proper field. I mean, I might be able to quickly just check the map whilst I'm going in a straight line. So we could have, you never know, you could like turn all that into arable and then maybe make these as grass fields. Yeah, they definitely went off offline there. Let's just try and straighten that back up. That's what happens when you try and drive it on a cruise control without actually looking where you're going. I mean, for the equipment that we've got though, we do really get through these jobs. This is like, this mower, look at it. Looks like it's ancient, but it's not bad. It's not a bad span. And I think it is just the perfect size for the fields we're working on. It really is. I think anything small. The other one on the tractor when I started the series, it was good, but I prefer it when it's behind you like this. And I do like the butterfly mowers where you can have one on either side as well, maybe at the front or even the rear. But I have to say, I think the best purchase we've made on the farm is this tractor, because we needed something with a bit more power. But I do like the fact that it's just a good tractor. I mean, the other one's fine, but it doesn't turn very well. I think that's the biggest thing that stands out for me over there, that tractor. Yes, it's got more power than the original one I had, but it's still not very powerful. But the biggest problem I've found is the turning of it is, it's not very good. Whereas this one, it really does turn quite well. Right, so I think what I'll do now, I think it's a good time now to put in a little time lapse of me finishing off the mowing, and then also I'll probably do the windrowing on it, and then I'll jump back in when I'm picking up with the loading wagon, because then we're going to have to pretty much do the compacting and sheet up, and then you never know, we might have a bit of time left then to maybe go and look at the possibility of getting a harvester, even just checking the price at least. We might have to do a bit of chopping up of the firewood again if we want to get it in this episode, but if not, we can always just come up with the target price basically of what we need to generate first before we can do that. That'd be good if we can figure that out. But then also, if we have got a bit of time left on the episode, what we could do is speed up time just to see where we're at tomorrow and see where the soybeans are, because they're not going to be long now. They really aren't. I'm sure it's the start of autumn, late summer. They usually pop up and are ready for us to start sorting out, so we really do need to get this harvester sorted out ASAP. Right, so there we go. That actually took a lot longer than I originally thought it was going to take. So I think... Can I actually... Yeah, I can. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm just completely sidetracked. What was I on about? Yeah, it's taken quite a bit longer than what I originally intended it to take. That was... Am I going to pick it up there? I don't know if I'm even going to pick it up with this. Yeah, just about. Yeah, it was quite long basically. It took a while, but we got it in the end. So now all we need to do is just pick it up, put it in the pit, and then compact it. Hopefully we'll get a good yield. I mean, what are we picking up now? It's not too bad. It's not flying up, but it's going up, and that's the main thing. I did decide to cut this one as well, like I did last time. Just because the more the merrier, really. So I'm trying to predict now. I'm going to go 3 trailer loads. It's either going to be more or less, but I'm hoping it's more. But I will be happy with 3 trailer loads. I'm just trying to think how much this holds now. I think it was like 15,000. No, wait a minute. It's 39% on 9, so no. It's probably 20,000 then. Which would make sense. Maybe just a little bit over. I bet you I can't pick that up. There we go. Don't matter if we miss little bits. As long as we get the majority of it. So I also just want to quickly say that I'll put a link in the description for my Discord server if you want to come and join. It's a really good place to be. There's some great like-minded players in there that love Farming Simulator and also are really helpful, and definitely will help anyone out if you need any advice on anything Farming Simulator related, but also on most games, and maybe if you're into PC building or anything like that. Yeah, there's some really good folk in there. Right, so I think now, looking at that, we might actually get 3 trailer loads. I'm just trying to figure it out. 23,000. I mean, I'd hope so. I think last time I got about 60,000. So I'm going to actually say 3 trailer loads again. Should be. I'm just trying to think about the tyres that I've got there. Should I move them first, or... I don't think it'll come out further than that. Maybe when I'm compacting they might be in the way a bit. But, whoa. Jackknifed it nearly. Yeah, I think that'll be fine there. As long as we can get it in. Now I am predicting that I'm going to get 3 trailers, so what I'm going to do is, like I did last time, I'm going to put 1 to this side, and 1 in the middle, and then 1 on the other side. There we go. So I think what I'll do now is I'll just carry on from down this side. It just makes more sense that I'm here. I may as well. See if I can pick up any of these bits. Nope. So they're the bits that it's saying I don't have access to the land, which obviously is probably true, to be honest. I don't know why that's there, to be honest. I wonder if it was when I put the sugar beet pit down, little sheeted. It was like a really small bunker with a sheet on the floor. I don't know if it spawned in with that. I really can't remember. But I'm sure it wasn't there before that. So it's 6:15 in the game now. It's probably going to go a little bit dark for us to do any firewood. So maybe it is a safe bet to finish off and maybe just have a look in the shop just to try and get an idea of exactly what kind of harvester we're going to go for. I did have a quick look not long ago, but I just want to properly decide this time so I know what I'm targeting for how much money I need. Right, so what I'll quickly just do is I'll finish this off, get all the grass in the pit, start compacting, and then when I finish compacting, or when I'm close to finishing compacting, I'll cut back in so we can actually have a look exactly how much is in there. But if I've got, what, 22,000 litre trailer, I'm going to say I'm going to have 66,000, which is three trailer loads, so anything above that will be a bonus. Right, so there we go. I've completely compacted it all. It did take quite a while, but it didn't take long at all to pick it up, and I was just under 3 trailer loads, so I think I was like 87% or something on the 3rd trailer load. But yeah, it's all done, and we got 65,619 litres. So yeah, not too bad. I'll leave the tyres off this time, because hopefully we're just going to pretty much sell the majority of this. Not all of it though, because we do want to keep quite a bit for the cows. So it's obviously too late now to do anything else, so what I'll do is I'll speed up time, we'll see where we're at in the morning on the game, and then we'll make a judgment call on what harvester to get and how much money we probably need, because looking at the soybeans, we definitely need to make a decision soon enough. Can't believe how much fuel I've used in that. It's insane. It's nearly empty again. Right, so let's have a quick sleep and see what the state of the field is tomorrow. Right, so we're now in late summer. This is 50% fermented, so we're halfway there. But yeah, we're now in late summer, and as you can tell by the field, it's definitely changed in colour, and we are pretty much on the verge of that field being ready to harvest. So we really do need to probably come up with a plan to get our harvester sooner rather than later. I mean, we're sitting at 6,500, and the grass is growing back into the water. We'll have to sort that out. What we're doing for whole crop, we're doing alright. 6 litres of hay, hardly anything to shout home about. But yeah, the cows are doing alright really. We don't need to worry about the food yet, not until anything's happened with them calving or anything. This one's 0.6 years, so that's not too long, so it will be generating a bit of milk soon. But the other one, no, we're not going to be generating anything just yet, so we need that one to be in calf as well. But yeah, looking at this field, it does look pretty good now. It's a good sized field. So let's have a quick look at the shop and see what kind of money we're going to need. Right, so I found two that stand out. This one's 15,000, but if we get it second hand, and let's be honest, even if when it says factory new, it definitely looks second hand. But if we do put it on second hand, which we can do, there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's 10,200. However, I have seen a John Deere, the 6200. That's 9,100. It only holds 3,900 litres, which obviously isn't much, but when you look at it, you can understand why. It is a really small John Deere. Tiny little thing, and it's 6,000. And you could actually have the cabin on for no extra cost, which I think we would do. So 6,188. Let's just have a look at the header for that. So there's 2 headers options. There's 3.8 metre, 1,800, and then this one for 2,200. Now I would go with the bigger one, just because it's still reasonably priced anyway, so you may as well. So you're looking at probably around 7,500, maybe 8,000. We definitely need 8,000, and we're not too far away from that. So I think this is definitely the way to go. And that's the beauty of finding mods that are reasonably priced. So there's nothing we can pretty much do right away to go and get that harvester. Not unless we obviously sleep and speed up time a little bit, which we can do because we're going to be doing nothing else. And then obviously this field might be in by the day after. The silage definitely will be in. So I think what I'll quickly do is I'll just have another sleep. There's nothing going to happen in this in-game day. We'll see what it's like tomorrow, see what money we've got. If the silage is ready, we can always take a little bit. We could take a trailer load, sell that, and we should then be able to buy the harvester. Right, so welcome back to the next day, which we're now in early autumn. And as you can tell, the grass silage is fully fermented. So what we're going to quickly do is we're going to take a trailer load and sell it, which will just bring us to exactly where we want to be to go and get that harvester all ready for the next episode, which will hopefully be me harvesting up the soybeans and selling that, hopefully for a good price. I will look at the actual history of the price just to make sure we don't sell it at a stupid time. We want to make sure we sell it at the best time, with money being a bit scarce, and it's not like we need the money ASAP after this. We just need to make sure that we can get a good deal. Look how many fields are ready to harvest. It's insane. What would be good is if we get this harvester, harvest our soybeans, and then we could do a contract. As long as we use our own equipment, we can actually do contracts, but we can't lease any equipment out. And that's the rule for this series. So it is an option, but we need to make sure whatever equipment that's needed, it's basically already something that we own. So I think it's even more important to get the bigger header, just in case we do want to do that. But it's definitely harvest season. I do like it when this time of year in the game, because you can see all them planted fields, all the nice colours of the spring and the summer. But then when you get to autumn, everything starts to dry out. But it's the season where you know you're going to make the money. You're going to start harvesting all the crops. I must remember as well, when I get this tractor back to the farm, to clean it off, because yeah, it's a bit dirty now. Right, so I'm hoping to get a reasonable amount. Now, it's probably not going to be much at all, but it's a reasonable amount. A couple of thousand, I'll be happy. Well, it's definitely brought me over the threshold of where I wanted to be, so I'm alright with that. I got £1,000, which is in itself not impressive, let's be honest. £1,000 for so many litres of silage. I mean, if we owned the BGA, we were playing on a normal difficulty, not so hard, we would have got a lot more. And there's some good sized fields around to work on a contract. Contract work might be the way to go for a bit after this, especially if we can use our own harvester. We could then start making the most out of it. We could, you know, have a couple of cows, plant our own one field, but make sure we do a few contracts as well. Now, I can't obviously adjust the time, so with it being on ×5, I need to make sure that I don't accept too many contracts, and I can only agree to do what I can do in the time that's allowed. So it really just depends, because we don't want the crop to wither. But we'll think about that when the time comes. Right now, we're probably not going to be able to do anything, because yeah, we want to focus on the soybeans first. Right, so I've just got it, I've dropped that off. What I should probably do is, before I repair that, I should probably get the equipment, because knowing me, I'll repair that and then not have enough money. Even though that shouldn't happen, I've still got plenty now. I'll be left with 1,000 or something, but luckily the money does keep going up with us having the investments. Right, so we want this one, and we want it to be second-hand. That's that. And then we want to make sure we get the right harvester now, which is that one. Second hand, we'll have a cabin. Not bothered about the engine. There we go. And let's see if we can quickly, just repair this. And there we go. Happy days. Look at that. So we can really now kick on. Having a harvester like that has opened up a lot of stuff for us. We can definitely kick on now with this series, and we can hopefully do some contracts now. The turning on this is awful, absolutely awful. That has to be said straight away. So no wonder it's so cheap. We're turning like that. It's like it's forgotten one of the wheels. also need to bring that trailer back at some point. It's becoming my car park. But no, I'm just glad we've got our own harvester now to obviously crack on with it. Right, so on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos on Farming Simulator. See ya.